everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 other things that I did in order to retain length. So this is like part 2 of the length retention series. I did a part 1 and I explained in that video that 2023 was the year that I retained the most length. And I'm just giving you some tips and just telling you or sharing with you the things that I incorporated in my routine which helped me to retain length. And my goal is to help other people retain length if that is their goal. But before we get into the video, I just wanted to thank my subscribers. A massive thank you, because with your love and support, you are helping this channel to grow. If you have been here before but you're not yet subscribed, or if this is your first time, you're very welcome. This is your home, and I want you to feel really comfortable here. And in order for you to feel real comfortable, the best thing to do is to subscribe. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It'll be somewhere down here. And also hit the notification bell so that you never miss any of my uploads and also my community posts. Also, I would appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up, and also to share the video. You can share on WhatsApp or Instagram or other social media platforms. So if you're interested in knowing how to retain length, then don't go anywhere. Keep watching. Okay, so we are going to get into it, but even before I get into it, first of all, I'd like to thank my subscribers, because you are amazing and you're really helping the channel to grow. And I appreciate everybody who is sharing the videos with us through WhatsApp or Instagram or other social media platforms, because you are bringing other people to the channel and you're helping this family to grow. So thank you so much. If you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, then do consider subscribing, because you'll get lots and lots of information, mainly about natural hair, but about other things as well. This channel is called Lifestyle Unlocked for a reason, because we are going to be talking about more about lifestyle things as well, especially going forward. So as I say, this is part 2 of the series of length retention. So because I already talked about 5 things, I'm going to call this number 6 to encourage you to watch the first part, and then you know that this is a continuation. So number 6, I completely ditched the detangling brushes. Now, these have gained popularity, and a lot of companies are bringing out different brushes and encouraging us to use these brushes to detangle our hair. But for me, they were a complete disaster. I just found that whenever I used a detangling brush, I ended up losing a lot more hair than was necessary. And it wasn't just, removal of shed hair, which I believe is the main purpose of using detangling brushes or combs. I was actually getting breakage. So I decided I was not going to use the brushes at all, because they didn't work for me. At first I thought it was just the technique, but I tried different types of detangling brushes and I found the same result. But that's not to say detangling brushes are bad. Lots of people use them with success, and in fact a lot of people find that their hair does better when they use the detangling brushes. So if they are working for you, then continue to use them if you like them. But if you've tried them and you saw that they were causing more damage to your hair, then absolutely ditch them like I did, and your hair will be happier, and you'll be happier because you'll have a lot more hair on your head, and you will continue to retain length. Using combs, that's another thing that some people may use in order to detangle their hair. Again, I kept that to a minimum. I would only use a comb if I needed to style my hair in a certain way, like if I wanted really clean parts. Otherwise, I didn't use combs. I detangled with my fingers, and that was more than adequate. I don't do the, wet your hair, put conditioner, detangle with conditioner, and all that. To me, I just found that it just wasn't working. So I'm not saying I did not use combs at all. When I was styling my hair, yes, but also some of you may remember that I spoke about blow drying my hair on cool air or on low heat in order for me to make sure that my hair is dry by the time I go to bed. So when I'm blow drying my hair, I do use a comb attachment, and that is the time then that I will use a comb. And again, that is the whole principle of keeping, the use of combs to a minimum, because that is the only time that I would comb my hair. So I would, use the tension method first of all. So pull the hair and blow, blow, blow until it's nearly dry, and then I would comb my hair once it's semi-dry. Which takes me to the point of number 2, which was I stopped detangling my hair when it was soaking wet. And I definitely don't detangle my hair when it's dry. Those are two things that a lot of people do. A lot of people will detangle their hair when it's soaking wet, loaded with conditioner. And for them, they're happy with that. They love that. It works for them. Absolutely, they can continue. And some people have actually taken on the practice of dry detangling, which is when, they detangle their hair when it's completely dry, or they may use an oil to use or to act as a lubricant, and then detangle their hair that way. For me, I found that a balance or somewhere in between worked better. So this is when my hair was semi-dry, and then obviously this then works with my I suppose my routine of blow drying my hair on cool air or cold air, and then using the comb attachment when my hair is mostly dry. So it was semi-dry, not completely dry, and definitely not soaking wet. And the reason, if dry hair breaks easily, so it will just snap off and you end up, getting breakage, and then you're not going to retain the length. But also, we often talk about how our hair is weakest when it's wet. So for me, the idea of manipulating my hair the most when it is at its weakest just didn't make sense. It did not make sense. So I decided to, kind of go with detangling my hair when it's semi-dry. And I've actually found that, my hair, I just retain a lot more length, and in fact I just retain more hair on my head. I'm not getting the excessive shedding, which sometimes combing and manipulation and detangling and all sorts of things could actually lead to. I do use finger detangling a lot, and for me that's adequate. And the reason for that will take me to point number 8, which is third in this video. So number 8, I always detangle my hair before I pre-poo, and then I pre-poo with products that have a lot of slip. So there was a time when I wasn't pre-pooing, and I think a lot of people were saying, oh, it's not necessary to pre-poo. And again, it's another trend that I kind of jumped onto, but I realized very quickly that my hair likes pre-pooing, and my scalp does as well. And the products that I use have a lot of slip, because I mostly use things like fenugreek or aloe vera, fresh aloe vera gel, and oat gel and things like that. And sometimes store-bought products like the African Pride pre-poo treatment, which has amazing slip. So I found that if I finger detangle, and then use products with slip, that was more than enough. And then I just didn't experience as much shedding and as much breakage as I did without doing that. And then the ninth point was that I kept my hair slightly stretched using protective styles. Now my hair is super super coily. I mean, when we talk about the typing system, if you're familiar with that, mine would be in the category of type 4C because it's super super coily. I have a little bit of 3B somewhere here and there, particularly at the back, but it's mostly the super super coily. And what I found that, yes, our hair, the default position is to shrink as it coils onto itself. It's like a little spring, so you stretch it and it goes back. So unfortunately, because it's super coily, if I just allowed my hair to shrink and keep it in a shrunken state, then I had more tangles and more knots, and then these would lead to breakage, or I'd have to actually cut them off because they were a nightmare. So keeping my hair slightly stretched, using protective styles such as African threading or even these braids, really really helped, because it prevented the knots, it prevented the tangles. I mean, tangling is kind of inevitable. I think to some extent we all get a little bit of tangling, but I didn't get the massive tangles, which are a nightmare to get, to detangle or untangle. So that really helped with the length retention. And then the point number 10, the last point in this video, is I used products with protein in them. Now, this is not the same as doing protein treatments. So this is just using products which have a little bit of protein in them. And the reason is because those products will help to strengthen the hair. So even the fenugreek that I love and I use pretty much every wash day as a pre-poo has a little bit of protein in it. So the protein is in the form of amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. So they are the smallest size of protein, and they are able to penetrate the hair shaft and go into the protein bonds and repair any little tears, and that comes with wear and tear, and that way these products help to strengthen my hair. So they also helped with elasticity and recoil, which means that the hair is more resilient and therefore is able to tolerate being stretched and manipulated a little bit more without breaking, unlike limp hair or super dry hair or hair that's over moisturized. So I think if you were to look at a lot of the products that are on the market right now, they may surprise you actually to find that a lot of them have a little bit of protein. If you're looking for completely protein-free products, it's a bit of a hassle. I know I did a video talking about protein-free leave-in conditioners, and I will do a lot more of these videos to kind of give you ideas of things that you can use if you need them. But I found that my hair responded better if I used a product with a little bit of protein. So even my favorite deep conditioner, which is the intensive hydration treatment mask by Shea Moisture, that actually has hydrolyzed rice protein. So if you had not actually realized it, it has a little bit of protein. And even, the more affordable one, which is the hair mayonnaise that I spoke about, and in fact, all the hair mayonnaise treatments, they kind of balance because they will give moisture as well as protein. So the aim is to, basically help to keep your hair stronger and therefore more resilient to breakage, and by doing that you actually retain length. So why I use protein products with a little bit of protein in them, not only to strengthen the hair, but also they do nourish the hair and the hair strands, and they actually help the hair to retain moisture better. So yes, I think a lot of people unfortunately, we've had a lot of misinformation about protein, particularly with people with low porosity hair. I think we were basically being told stay away, stay away, stay away from protein. But actually, I think it's, now we're getting a deeper or a better understanding of the role of proteins in our hair, whether you're high porosity or low porosity. I think it's not necessarily about avoiding protein altogether. It's about using it in the right way, using the right type of proteins, and using them at the right time. Which helps. And I actually want to do a video focusing on that because I think the misinformation has led to more problems than intended. I don't think people wanted people to damage their hair, but unfortunately, a lot of people have ended up with things like moisture overload because they were avoiding protein altogether, which is really sad. I think so. I think we need to share the right information so that we can all thrive. Our hair can thrive, and we can all succeed with our hair goals. So that's it for this video, and those are the main things, when I talk about part 1, and this is part 2, the 10 things that I incorporated in my routine that really helped me to retain length. And I do really recommend that you watch the part 1 so that you get all of the points, and take a notebook out and write them down so that you don't forget. Or you can keep coming back and watching the videos, save them somewhere so that you can watch them and keep watching and getting the knowledge. So I hope these tips have helped you at least kind of think about what your hair needs and what you want to do and what you think will be helpful. Obviously, I always say what works for me may not work for you, may not work for other people, but there's no harm in trying a few things and seeing actually if they work for you. And if you're very, very scared, which some people may do because they've had really horrible experiences in the past, you don't have to go put a product throughout your hair entirely, just or try a certain procedure or whatever. You can just section out a small section and try it on that small section, and then you can see how your hair responds. Then you'll be a bit more confident in terms of kind of proceeding. But I hope they have helped you, and if they have, I would really appreciate it if you let me know which one in particular helped you. And if you think I've missed something out, because I may have missed something out completely in terms of what other things can be helpful, I just shared what I did. But if there's something that you did that helped you to retain length, then by all means do share it in the comment section below, because that we are building a wonderful community where we help each other, and some people may find your comments really helpful. But even just to say you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate that. So again, if you've not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. A massive, massive thank you to my subscribers. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And also to share the videos. So I will have another video for you real soon. Until then, take care, my lovelies, and take care of your loved ones. God bless. Bye for now.